I don't know what happened. Yo, Sharice. What's up, baby? All right. I don't know what else is happening, guys. Yo, I got 4 people in here. I'm going to let a couple more people come on in. Hey, everybody, crawl on up in here. Come on up. Hey, Vanetta, what's up, mommy? I don't know if Miss Esquire is going to be joining us because I know she was tired and she was on Mr. Information Man show. By the way, please go and subscribe to the Information Man show. I'm see if I have the link. Well, I have go to my community wall and you guys will see his profile there, his YouTube channel there. Please go subscribe to his channel. We had a really good live today. You know, anytime we talk about Rkelly, gets crazy in there. You know, so uh we're gonna let some more people get in here. Hold on, that's my cousin. Let me see what's up. I'll let everybody get up in here. I'm gonna let everybody get up in here. I'm gonna let everybody get up in here. Hey. Oh, I can't hear you. Are you muted? I don't know. Wait, that's me. Hold on, it's me. I forgot I had the Bluetooth still attached. Hold on, babe. Let me go. Hello? All right, let me go. I love you, Ruby. Sorry about that, guys. There's only 3 of us. Hey, who else is live right now, guys? What is going on? Who else is live right now, y'all? Who else is live right now? Hey, Robbie, what's up, mama?
Yeah, I like that.
Who else is live right now, y'all? Let me see. Let me go be nosy. Espérate. Let me be nosy. Let me see who's on YouTube right now. Who's live? Oh, we got
just killed me 3 times.
Dre's live. Mr. Information Show is still live. Who else is? Oh, Atmos is live. Oh shit, the lead attorney's live. Oh wow, okay, we got a lot of people live right now. All right, well, it is what it is. I'm gonna run my show. Fox Soul's live right now. Quite a few people are live. Okay.
Oh, you go into the red door.
Well, hello to the 2 people, 3 people in the chat, and whoever is in the bushes.
Somebody waiting at the door.
I didn't realize Atmos was gonna do a live too. I didn't see that either. But my live was on a humbug anyway. So you know what? I wanted us to listen to this interview that was done. Hey, Flawless. What's up, mommy? Anyway, I'm just going to do this live. It'll just be a short one just to kind of give out the information, I guess. And then I'll schedule another live where me and Miss Esquire can talk about it together. All right. Now, I saw that Dana talked about this too. I didn't get a chance to see the whole live, but I caught some of it. And one of the other young ladies dropped the link in my comments section. Thank you, LD, by the way, for that information. And I got a chance to get a hold of the document. So we're going to talk about the document that was discovered online. And yeah, but we're going to listen to a quick little interview that happened back in 2002 or 2003 or 2004. I don't remember what year exactly. It was with Angie Martinez, Jay-Z, and Rkelly. And it was in what happened when Rkelly had got pepper sprayed at the concert.
Can I use your headphones? Thank you.
Okay. Okay, Raw. Yes, please be safe. All right.
Yeah,
Like I said, this interview happened in 2002, 3, or 4. I don't remember what year it was, but it was with Angie Martinez, Jay-Z, and Rkelly. Here we go.
Came out, he said,
first of all, this is Madison Square Garden, right? I mean, come on, New York City. Come on, anybody know Madison Square Garden? No.
Let me just for the people, there was, a lot of people were there, but there are definitely people listening that wasn't there. What happened when Rkelly came out during the show and said, I want to tell New York, I love y'all, but there's people.
You don't love New York.
He said there's
you
people.
You can't say that.
Let me tell you what happened.
I'm a little hyped.
I understand. I just want to keep everybody in the loop of what's happening. So he said, I just want to tell y'all I love New York, but there's people in the crowd that got guns on me. And so, did he say something like this about to be a riot in here or something?
Yeah, whatever that was.
And it's not worth it. He dropped the mic and got off stage. About 5 minutes of straight black. No lights, no nothing.
So I'm in the back changing. I'm in the quick booth changing. I'm going to give you the background scene. I'm in the quick booth changing. And I'm feeling like, again, I mean, come on.
How did you get word that did you hear him saying this? Or did you know he was going to break out?
Yeah, I heard. It was when we do the show, it has a rhythm. So I'm like, wait a minute. Like, when you feel like for a second the music didn't drop, I'm like, what's going on? I asked the guy, Randy Bazzelli, what's happening? And I look through the thing and I see him in front of the stage, but I can't hear what he's saying. I thought he was going for the lights move again. My lights is messed up again, I thought he was going for that move again. I didn't know he said something as ridiculous as someone in the crowd is pointing the gun at him. That's Madison Square Garden. That's a world class. I mean, they're tough in the garden. You can't do what you want in the garden. It's tough. It's tough. No, I don't want to put Puff out there, but he had a tough time getting backstage. It's a tough thing. So imagine that you cannot get a gun in Madison Square Garden. Are you crazy? Like, does he know where he's at? This is the garden.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So at what point because people gave him love when he was performing?
Yeah, but that's the problem. We even have good shows. But if I get love, like if people give me love, he has a problem with that. Like his ego cannot take that. Have you tried to talk to him about it? Of course, and I've talked to him like a real dude because he's not used to having real dudes. Like, yo, dude, you're ruining yourself. I don't work for you, B. You know what I'm saying? I don't work for you, nor am I under you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a bad dude myself.
And what's his reaction to that? Like,
man, my lights. I said, no, it wasn't your lights. It was just because his first 2 shows was horrible. I was like, is your lineup, B? Change your lineup. And he changed the lineup when we started having good shows for a while, and then back into this.
Like that, just like as blunt like that, you told him?
Oh yeah, I'm a real dude. Yeah, I'm a real dude.
But did you tell him about the ego thing? Did you talk to him about that?
Yeah. I mean, this is my word.
Did he ever honestly say that?
Of course, he's not gonna say that. He's not gonna cop to that. This is my word. The best of both worlds is about you doing the best of what you do, and I do the best of what I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to try to outshine you or destroy you on stage. I'm here to do my part, the best of what I do. You're not going to have the same reaction as You Don't Know. You Don't Know is a high energy hip hop record. It's a different, dudes are singing that and jumping up and down. They're not doing that. They're not jumping up and down singing It Seems Like You Ready. They damn near singing out the corner of their mouth. Right. Like, I'm embarrassed. I like this my joint, but
right. Like, cool,
they're not gonna be jumping up and down.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I'm more disappointed than upset. I'm more disappointed at the whole thing.
From the outside, because I'm sure you have your own emotions and your own, but as somebody who was at the show, like when he did that, I almost felt like, first of all, it was disbelief from everybody that I was sitting there. It was disbelief.
Right.
And when you first came out and you did the first song, we wanted to rock with you, but we were still kind of not sure what the hell was going on. But by the second and third song, we forgot.
Yeah, and by the way, that was a big, like, and I heard, and that's a big thing. Like, I mean, you got a whole arena full of people that came to see both of us, and now I got to carry that whole weight. Like, that could have went out anyway. He put me out there. He put me out there too many times. It's just too many times. It's enough.
I have to say, I mean, I love you. I'm a Jay fan. But tonight, like, most people would have just fell apart in that kind of situation.
Shout out to Usher too, man. I mean, because he came and he really just he on call. Like, like in 1 second.
No,
It's like, yo,
I heard that he was in the
we
crowd.
burnt this. We had, the laptops. So we're burning CDs from laptops and
to put a show together for him.
Yeah. So you do a show. And T.I. was backstage.
Was Mary supposed to come out, or was
no,
she was there?
I had Mary. Me and Mary was going to originally do the song, but we just extended it.
Ja Rule?
Ja Rule was going to do a song with him.
With
me and Ja Rule hadn't
he was going to do the R. Kelly show
before
because you guys weren't. I thought you guys weren't really in great terms.
We wasn't on the best of terms, but it's a mutual respect thing there. You know what I'm saying? And it was
like it's not that serious.
It was a thing, right? It was a thing, and he's from New York. You know what I'm saying? And he seen that it was a situation where, New York. I mean, he did his thing. He stepped out.
He claps tonight. I don't feel this is that kind of benefit.
Right.
This is too real. Too real for the sound.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I appreciate that.
And I'm not, like I said, I'm not here to be catty or anything like that. But I'm saying, like, you have people that been holding their tickets months, and I'm not taking that anymore. I'm not gonna be the unprofessional guy. People in Cincinnati looking at me like these dudes ain't come. I have nothing to do with it. Like I said, all I needed was a mic. Turn on the mic and whatever.
So what happens after? Like, what did he do after? He just broke out and left? Did you get a chance to see him or talk to him?
Of course, I didn't speak to him.
Did anybody try to change his mind? Did anybody try to tell him?
No, everybody's sick of chasing him and running behind him, and nobody's on his time. That's the problem. He has so many people around that just on his time and kiss up to him. And these guys even scared to talk to him. They don't even speak to this guy. They're ruining him. He's ruining himself. He's cocooned himself into a world where he's the biggest guy in the room all the time. You can't even speak to this guy.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
It's so not healthy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Damn, Jay. So what's the... Oh, man. Damn. So what happens to, like, tomorrow's show and the show after that?
I could put a show together, B. I could try my best. I could do it by myself. Like, I don't really need to do, like, it's up to New York. It's up to the people that bought their tickets and people that, really want to see them make that decision if they want me to do the show by myself or they want to just get refunds for their...
Oh, they can get a refund?
Yeah.
Wow. So you're going to have to do the shows, because you got a show tomorrow night?
We got 3 shows. I mean, this is supposed to be the best thing in the world. 3 sold out shows in the Garden and 5 New York shows. I mean, that's just
There's no way possible that this is going to be fixed. And
I can't do it. I can't do it. I mean, enough. I can't do it. I mean, this is St. Louis. This is tonight. I'd be like, okay, but this, first of all, is my hometown, so I'm tight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm tight.
I see.
Right. So, second of all, this happened in St. Louis for no reason. First of all, let me explain to you about St. Louis. The lighting cue that was missed was 2 sets back. Like, he had a set. They missed my cue every night. They missed my cue on the opening, when I had my hands folded. That was my money joint. Right? They was late on my cue. I could have left. But so what?
Right.
So what?
You don't leave.
Right. First of all, a lot of people don't really understand that. They don't know that you missed the lighting cue. What are you talking about? Right? So the cue that was missed was 2 sets ago. So that had to be all premeditated. Like, then I do a set, then he do a set, and then he runs off and screams at the light.
Is this the reason?
Shout out to Gary Westcott. I'm really sorry you had to put up with all that.
Is this the reason that, because I know there was a show in Connecticut that was canceled.
Yeah, because he wanted to get a new lighting guy.
So you had to cancel the show.
We had to cancel 2 shows. We had to cancel Milwaukee, and we had to cancel Connecticut.
You guys are never gonna cancel. You can't fix this. Like, you're gonna.
We canceled.
Well, I don't know exactly how true that is or what exactly happened, but R. Kelly's people are downstairs. We're waiting for him to pull up in a minute, and we're gonna talk to him and find out what happened. Oh man, damn!
What a night.
This is bananas.
What a night, New York.
I can't imagine, like, what was going on backstage. I mean, Jay told us that.
From the dressed up fella to join you for the official Best of Both Worlds out party.
Yeah. See you good in there, homie? All right. Security downstairs told me R. Kelly just walked through the building, so we're waiting for him to get upstairs.
Find out what his response is.
Just find out where he's at. What happened? I mean, how he feels about what Jay said, and how he feels, why he left.
That's why I love a story, because there's always 2 sides to it.
No, it's absolutely 2 sides to it.
So, we're going to find out what he's talking about.
So while R. Kelly makes his way upstairs and into the room, we're going to play a joint. I figured this was... What a night, man. Rkelly has just came in. He just sat down. He's got glasses on. Is the camera on? Is this your people? Okay. You need headphones? Put them on. You okay? We're hearing rumors that the hospital, you in the hospital or something. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. They got sprayed with some pepper spray in my eyes. I had to go to the hospital to get it drained or something.
You got sprayed before you left or after you left?
This was when I was going back on stage performing.
Wait a minute. You got sprayed before you got on stage?
No, I was going back on stage to perform the night after I had left off stage. Let me just. Is it any way we can just cut my music, please?
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah,
starting
yeah.
to hear music.
Yeah, turn it off. It's all good. Whatever you need.
Thanks.
I know this is a touchy. I know this is a big deal and a very crazy situation. So, you know,
it's all good. It's not that big. The situation is this. First of all, before anything, I know you guys may not want to hear this, but I apologize to New York. I apologize to my fans for the show going left the way it did tonight. That was certainly not my intentions to make the show go left.
Mm-hmm.
I love performing. I don't care who I perform with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very secure. I am. I've been in this for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still successful at it. I feel at the top of my game. Feel real good about that. I have no incentive. I have no motive. No reason whatsoever to be, first of all, jealous of Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan of Jay-Z. I'm going to always be a fan of Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very positive person. Anybody hear my music, they know that. I am not worried about Jay-Z on stage, Kelly on stage, him doing better than me. There's no way that Jay-Z can do better than me. There's no way that I can do better than Jay, because for one, Jay is like a tennis player. I'm like a golf player.
Mm-hmm.
And we're both at the top of our game.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes up the best of both worlds in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that there can be any type of competing for my end with Jay-Z. Because let's keep it real with y'all. Some shows I've ripped. Some shows Jay's ripped. I expected what I expected here because this is his home.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it's supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Michael Jordan, back home, the same thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
99 and a half point whatever's left of my shows at home, it's the same way.
Somebody please with the phone. Oh, that's your phone.
Well,
okay.
My phone's blowing up.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I ain't answering it. It's just because, people, when you answer your phone, ain't nothing but people that's going to just add negative drama to it. I like to keep it naked and keep it the truth. Doing this whole tour, Jay's been turning out a lot of shows, but I've been turning out a lot of shows. It just depends on what your market is. Everybody know that. But tonight had absolutely nothing to do with Jay's getting a better response, because I said earlier, I expected it.
Mm-hmm.
You're watching globally.
Hello, everyone, once again. And that was the end of that. And you can see how Jay-Z was explaining how R. Kelly has a big head and he thinks it's all about him and he doesn't know how to cooperate in the business and he has this big ego and it's a problem with a lot of the artists that deal with him. So, say hello, Mrs. Esquire.
Hello, everyone. How's it going?
Sorry that we were late. We were hanging out Information Man show and then got disrupted by shenanigans. But thank you for being here, Miss Esquire, so late. I adore you for doing this right now. I'm pretty sure we're going to make it short, at least a half an hour with you. Does that sound cool?
Yes, I hope to make it. As you know, I am
we're gonna start fumbling on our words.
Right. My spirit animal is one of a very mature lady. And so
yes,
I tend to have my bedtime pretty early.
Me too. Don't feel bad. Well, guys, we are here to talk about this document that is online, by the way. and anyone who wants to check it out for themselves can check it out. I do have the link. I'll put it in the link in a few minutes. And this is a Miss Esquire. Is this is a civil suit, correct?
Yes, it is a civil suit. So you can tell that it's a civil suit because you see that there are plaintiffs and then there are defendants. So if it was a criminal prosecution, it would say either the state of blank or the United States of America v. blank. So when you see plaintiff and defendant as opposed to the government, you know that it's a civil case.
Right. So, and we have here, it's in the United States Southern District of New York. And this was filed in August 21st of 2020. And as it says here, case type civil. And we have 3 defendants who are plaintiffs 1, 2, and 3. And then we have John Doe 1 through 10 and Jane Doe 1 through 5. So there's these 3 that are named, and then 10 unnamed boys and 5 unnamed girls. And why are they John and Jane Does? To protect their identities, right? Now, in this suit versus a lot of people. And it namely names about 38 people and corporations. It starts off with the 1953 trust. And the 1953 trust is Jeffrey Epstein's estate. Okay, I was doing a little bit of research before I got on, so I didn't get too much, but I got a little bit of the gist of what's going on. So this whole suit is because of Jeffrey Epstein and the 3 top defendants, which are Jeffrey Epstein, which is the 1953 trust, which is his estate. And then number 2 is listed as Harvey Weinstein. And number 3 is Sean Carter. Now, we all know Sean Carter to be who? Jay-Z. And then the list goes on to name a bunch of other people, including Weinstein's Corporation, Miramax, Walt Disney, Def Jam, Rock Nation, Universal Music Group, Beyonce, Kanye West, Terrace Thornton, whoever that is, Black Cube, Dwayne Carter, and we know him as Lil Wayne, right? Young Money Entertainment, Good Music, all these other people. Says Robert Kelly, also known as R. Kelly, Milton Brown, also known as June Brown, right? The Sprint Corporation, Viacom, CBS, some other people, Qtar Investment, Ghislaine Maxwell, Parkwood Entertainment, the City of New York City, the Police Department, Sony Entertainment, and then it also has John Doe's and Jane Doe's 1 through 100. And it also has Corporation Doe's 1 through 100. So as we know, there's also 100 other John Doe's and Jane Doe's and Corporation Doe's that are listed, but their identities are being protected. All right. So now here in the plaintiff's statement of the case, it says that plaintiff number 1, which is, matter of fact, I forgot to mention their names. I'm so sorry about that. The first plaintiff is Charlene Latham. Second plaintiff is David G. Latham. Third is Tracy Latham. As you can see, they must be all relatives, right? Now it says that as to plaintiff number 1, this statement is a formal statement And it's a case against all the defendants that are captioned in the first page. Right? Now it's going to explain about the Doe defendants. Now, the Doe defendants were the John and Jane Does that were listed as defendants, that was 1 through 100. So it says that the Does, okay, are including corporations, their executive or involved personnels are fully included in this action, and that the Doe defendants represent employees, partners, collaborators, vendors, third parties, heirs, and related entities whose identities and specific criminal roles have been intentionally concealed or withheld by the defendants to prevent their being brought to justice by being named in this and other civil complaints while intentionally being made unavailable to the plaintiffs of this action to avoid redress. So, Ms. Esquire, question that this whole line here that says to prevent their being brought to justice by being named in the civil complaints, intentionally being made unavailable to the plaintiff. So does that mean that the reason why they were labeled as Jane Does and John Does is because they weren't able to be served?
Okay, so let's break that statement down. The Doe defendants, including corporations and their executive or involved personnel, okay, so we know that these Does are corporations, okay, include employees, partners, collaborators, vendors, third parties, and heirs. Okay, so anyone involved with this corporation whose identities and specific roles have been intentionally concealed. Okay. Or withheld by the defendants. So what the plaintiff is saying is that there are some defendant corporations whose employees or agents or somebody connected to them was involved with this. And they have tried to get the identities of these individuals, but these corporations are refusing to disclose these identities. So they've listed these people as John Does because now what they're going to seek to do, which, well, not now, because I'm not sure what happened to this lawsuit, but in general, a plaintiff
I got information on it, Miss Esquire. I looked it up on Pacer.
Okay. Because in general, a plaintiff would make this sort of listing of John Doe defendants to kind of hint to the court, Your Honor, during discovery, we're going to be requesting that you compel the defendants to release the names of all these people that we have listed as John Does, because they won't tell us the names of these people.
Okay. And then it says about corporate defendants or identified as Does, the corporate Does, right? And they are accused of aiding and abetting in the facilitation of the unlawful surveillance, opposed to like spying, stalking, repeated drugging, abducting, hostage taking, and kidnapping for the criminal intent of sexual assault, abuse, extortion, and exploitation in the same capacity as any person named as defendant and in their capacity as corporations providing support to the criminal enterprise of the defendants 1 through 3. Now remember, guys, 1 through 3 was Epstein's estate, Harvey Weinstein, and Jay-Z. And it says that to the criminal enterprise of the defendants 1 through 3 as corporate purveyors. Can you help me with that word, Mr. Purveyors. Sorry. Thank you. Facilitators, conspirators, and including by providing money laundering services to route payments to the parties of this large-scale criminal enterprise of criminal activity targeting the plaintiffs. So in this, they're talking about the corporate Does, and they are being accused of spying and stalking and doing all these criminal activities as kidnapping and sexual assault and abuse and extortion and exploitation. And it's saying that also the defendants 1, 2, and 3 are also down with it. Is that what that means?
So what it reads as, I'm already starting to lose it.
Sorry, Mama.
The plaintiffs are saying that these corporations were a part of the resources that were provided to pretty much stalk, surveil, kidnap, and drug people. So in other words, these corporations had a lot of resources and they were able to assist the criminal enterprise in doing things that would have cost a lot of money, right? Concealing people, drugging them, transporting them, things like that. So that is the allegation, that defendants 1 through 3 had a criminal enterprise which these defendant corporations funded.
Oh, wow. Interesting. That's crazy. Then it says that some Doe defendants' identities are not revealed at the time of filing the statement to protect or preserve any criminal investigations occurring that may be jeopardized or undermined, and the plaintiffs reveal certain Doe defendants' identities at the stage of proceedings. Okay. And then it says, over the course of the decades, defendants established lucrative but psychopathic criminal enterprise where the defendants engaged in decades of human trafficking, sexual assaults, and various abuses, including financial and economic exploitation, drugging for abduction, and taking plaintiffs 1 and plaintiffs John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10 hostage. That's crazy. This is crazy. Like, this person came out with this. This is crazy. So they're saying that these people were trafficking this family. Am I right?
I mean, I'm surprised that this is the first time I'm ever hearing of this. It wasn't in the news or anything like that. But yes, the allegation is that the defendants participated in, as we heard, kidnapping, drugging, and other things, which amounted to sexual harassment, extortion, torture, psychological torment, and all these other things. And allegedly, because this plaintiff refused to sell her children to defendants 1 through 3. So yes, it sounds like an accusation that there was active trafficking of children and that they were intimidating and browbeating, allegedly, parents who would not just hand over their children.
Right. That's crazy. Oh my God. And then it says that when plaintiff number 3 refused to sell or allow the defendants in any capacity to sexually abuse or financially exploit plaintiff 1 or any of her other children and grandchildren, represented as Jane and John Doe's 1 through 10, at any time the defendants began targeting the family for economic abuse, financial exploitation that not only consisted of drugging the children, allegedly, this is all allegedly, of plaintiffs 2 and 3 for sex trafficking, hostage taking, and related abuse, but also began exploiting the plaintiff for thefts of trade secrets? What is that, Miss Esquire?
Okay, so
like what? Like a secret of that?
Yeah, I can't. So trade secrets are things that are specific to a certain profession. So, for example, a trade secret for Apple would be how they create the interface for MacBook. So we have no way of knowing what trade secrets we're talking about here. We have no way of knowing what they are actually talking about. Only plaintiffs and defendant would know what they are referring to when they say trade secrets.
Right, but that's like more or less like what she was saying, something of that nature, like a recipe, to a famous menu or something like that, of that nature, to that extent. Okay, so that is crazy. And then it says that Also, that the extensive scheme of the defendants was initiated by Jeffrey Epstein, the descendant represented throughout this action by his estate, which is the 1953 trust, as revenge against plaintiff number 3. And then plaintiff number 3 agreed to out-of-court multi-million-dollar monetary settlement in the late 1980s and early 1990s to avoid public criminal and civil prosecution for Epstein's sexual abuse of several of the plaintiffs' 2 and 3's children. So wait, so what are they saying, that they settled? They had a settlement when she was younger?
So what it sounds like is that Epstein was involved, and that they actually tried to go after Epstein for his involvement in allegedly abusing 2 of the children, and they ended up garnering a settlement from that case.
Okay, so all right, so they wound up settling in that case. So why are they bringing it up again now, I wonder? Then it says, after misappropriating Leslie Wexner's money to pay the settlement, Jeffrey Epstein devised a scheme of revenge and recover of the money by targeting the plaintiffs for drugging and trafficking the children for continued abuse at his various orgies around the world, where he was paid large sums by elite attendees of the salacious events, and then used the money from abusing the plaintiffs to repay his debt to Wexner. What?
So it sounds as though there was a monetary settlement that was agreed upon. And there was some misappropriation of the settlement funds, meaning that instead of receiving the full settlement they should have received, some of the funds ended up going towards things that it was not supposed to.
Okay.
Right. And they're alleging that Jeffrey Epstein is the person who created this scheme to misappropriate the settlement money so that really it would just end up back in his pocket.
Oh, snap. Wow. And then it says the decades of abuse and sexual assaults were equally to the benefit, entertainment, and economic enrichment of the corporations, as well as facilitated in whatever capacities by the corporations, their managers, and personnel by any person named as defendant. So in other words, they all got paid for this grand scheme. Is that what that means?
Yes, that's what that means.
Then it says that this action is in the U.S. Southern District of New York, where the defendants' conspiracies to traffic, exploit for criminal sexual intent, targeting plaintiff 1, and it occurred when she was a minor child belonging to and in the custody of plaintiffs 2 and 3. So 2 and 3 are adult parents, I guess, of plaintiff 1. Okay. So plaintiff 1 is the child, plaintiff 2 and 3 must be the parents. So it says over the course of 30 years since 1998 or 1988 or 1989, the defendants did conspire to unlawfully surveil, drug, and abduct for sexual assault, sex trafficking, and other exploitive abuse plaintiff number 1 around the world, specifically throughout Southern District of New York. So these people have been doing this since 1988 or 89, and they have been exploiting her since she was a minor child in that time.
Right. So it appears that the allegation is that plaintiff number 1 was initially being abused in some way, allegedly by Epstein. She then, it sounds like, had children. I think that's what we're hearing. And there was an attempt to buy her children from her. She allegedly refused that. and then that allegedly led to years and years of intimidation and extortion and bullying and all these other alleged behaviors because she refused to hand over her children.
Mm. And then it says that the defendants, this action is entered in the in which the defendants abducted plaintiff 1-2 at approximately age 13 to sexually assault and exploit sexually for financial gain. And it says that the defendants Harvey Weinstein, Sean Carter, Jeffrey Epstein, represented in this action as defendant 1, the 1953 trust, conspired together and with the other defendants to illegally transact a purchase agreement giving them ownership of plaintiff 1 while she was a minor child residing in the state of Illinois at approximately age 5 or 6 years old in the custody of her parents, plaintiffs 2 and 3, with the intent of committing criminal sex acts against the plaintiff as a child throughout the course of her entire adult life. That is sad.
Sounds like we heard that wrong then. So plaintiff 1 is the child and plaintiff 2 and 3 are the parents.
Oh, the parents, right. So, okay, so I did figure it right. Okay. That's crazy. And this is all alleged, guys. This is all alleged. This was just an allegation that somebody came forward with. Allegedly, she said that they did settle with her when she was young in the earlier times. And now she came forth with this to, I guess, to incriminate other people as well. Am I right? What do you think, right?
What was the question?
Did she bring up, because she had a settlement with them before. So my thing is, did she bring this up again now so that she can come forth with everyone and not just Epstein?
I mean, right. That sounds correct because what we heard was that she settled with Epstein.
Right.
Now Epstein has passed away, which means that she is including him in this action kind of just as a reference to his actions, but he's not a direct defendant because he's passed away. And then she's listing all of these other defendants. So it sounds as though she can do this because her settlement was with Epstein.
Right. Mm. Oh. And then it says that the defendants 1, 2, and 3 at no time communicated with nor received permission from plaintiff 2 and 3, the biological and custodial parents of plaintiff number 1, to purchase plaintiff number 1 or otherwise take possession of her at any time as a minor child. This is all alleged. Nobody has been convicted. And it hasn't gone to court like that. Over the course of at least 30 years longer, the defendants conspired to stalk plaintiff 1 and plaintiff 3 in order to track the female plaintiffs with the intent to commit various acts, sex acts, against them. So defendants 1, 2, and 3 conspired with various parties and corporations named as defendants to stalk the plaintiff in order to drug, abduct, and traffic her to various events known as sex parties that were hosted by the now deceased Jeffrey Epstein. And he's represented as defendant number 1, which is his estate, his 1953 trust. And, oh my God, and around the world for abuse by elite, high-profile, wealthy purveyors held at all of defendants number 1's properties, including in the United States and the Virgin Islands, with the intention of committing crimes against the plaintiffs at age 13 specifically. Wow. So I remember one time someone, that guy Anonymous, came out and he threw out some stuff, a list of Jeffrey Epstein's black book of people as well as a list of his flight sheets, manifest of people that attended flights and went to his islands for certain parties, guys. I'm wondering if this is um, one of those them families that were involved in that. You know, that's crazy. If this is so true, what do you think, Miss Esquire?
Yeah, it's definitely a very wide sweeping, salacious allegation,
Mhm.
definitely, but it sounds very similar to what we've already heard in the documentaries about Epstein. The only difference is that you have people like Beyonce and Jay Z and Lil Wayne and Kanye West being named as well.
Right. That's crazy. That's really why I brought this up, because it lists all these people that we know that are in the entertainment business and their corporations. So, I mean, were these people allegedly involved with actually doing these things? It's something to think about, guys, because, in this entertainment industry, Hollywood in general, as well as Congress, that we hear rumors of, that all these people are human trafficking, Pizzagate and things of this nature that have been brought up. And it really makes you think, there are a lot of sick people in this world, and a lot of people getting away with their crimes because of the power status that they have. Money is the root of all evil. And I'm going to keep saying that. Whoever invented money, I'm going to one day investigate this. Who invented money? Because he needs to be examined. Why did he make up money? Oh, Lordy. This is a lot. Then it says that this conspiracy was a revenge or retaliation for settling a multi-million-dollar lawsuit out of court with plaintiff number three's mother for Epstein's crime of sexually abusing plaintiff number one and several of her siblings aboard the Lolita Express, which is the private jet with the currently deregistered tail number, and on Pedophile Island, as we all know, that's Jeffrey Epstein's Little St. James, right? And it says that it happened in the late 1980s to the early 1990s after being entrusted with the unsupervised care of the children. Wow. Then it says that, and this is all alleged, that the defendants' conspiracy to operate this criminal enterprise targeting the plaintiffs spanned the entire nation of the United States, anywhere the plaintiff traveled or resided. So anywhere that these people resided, they would make them travel back and forth, and just like it was just, and doing whatever and drugging them, and then they started stalking them, and it says that here the defendant's system of stalking, drugging, trafficking involved a complex, sophisticated criminal network established among and in tandem with all the defendants of traffic. Plaintiff number one for their abuse and exploitation, entertainment, and criminal intentions of racketeering, guys. There goes that word, racketeering. Now, if the government really wanted to do something about this, I think they would bring a racketeering charge. This is a whole RICO. How about that? And it's definitely more than one man. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. And then it says that this network targeted the plaintiff involved and the defendants compensating the co-conspirator defendants for their crimes. So they got paid to stalk these people, drug them, abduct them, assault them, and that the plaintiff number one, at the behest of the defendants 1 through 3, through use of various business transactions, including but not limited to offering and or facilitating employment contracts, lucrative partnership contracts such as record deals, fashion industry ventures, and other assorted goods and services, such as company perks like luxury cars, housing, real estate gifts, large sums of cash, disguised as record advances, and other legitimate business deals for decades. So, Miss Esquire, are you still with us?
Barely.
All right, so I'm going to let you explain this last one, and then we're going to let you go.
So the plaintiffs are alleging that in order to compensate the members of the enterprise, so the people who, you know, do the actual dirty work,
right,
they compensate them via legitimate looking deals. So for example, if you go and get this girl and bring her to point A, from point A to point B, I will make you the manager of Solange, right? Or, you know, oh, well, you want a home in Beverly Hills? Well, if you facilitate these girls getting from Epstein's Island back to Chicago and make sure that they all sign documents that they'll never talk about it, we will sign over this property in Beverly Hills to you. That's what the plaintiff is alleging.
Right. So these people were getting perks, as she said. Wow. So, yeah, this is kind of deep, guys. I went through the pacer. Let me, and the last thing that happened here was on March 1st of 2021. And it just had to, it said that a 5-letter mail was addressed to Charlene and was returned for the following reasons: not deliverable as addressed, unable to forward. But the last actual activity that happened, they said that in September of 25th of 2020, the civil judgment, it is ordered, adjudged, and decreed that the complaint is dismissed under 28 USC 1915. The court certifies under 28 USC 1915A and 3 that any appeal from the court's judgment would not be taken in good faith. It is further ordered that the clerk of court mail a copy of this judgment to plaintiff and note service on the docket. So what does that mean, Miss Esquire? And then we'll let you go.
So you're wondering what the entire passage means, or is there a specific question?
Meaning, yeah, what was the adjudged and decreed? Why was it dismissed? In other words, is that what?
Okay. So the lawsuit was dismissed. Is that how it was resolved? There was an actual order of dismissal issued.
Yeah, it says civil judgment, right? And then it is ordered, adjudged, adjudged, and decreed that the complaint is dismissed. And then it stated a U.S. law, a code, 28 U.S. code.
Interesting.
1915.
Well, you know, the thing that's interesting about that is that usually if you see an order dismissing a lawsuit, you should see some type of back and forth, right? Like you should see a motion from the defendants requesting that the matter be dismissed, pretty much saying that it doesn't meet its burden of proof, and then a response from the plaintiff. I mean, it's, to me, very interesting that you have a lawsuit initiated, and then the next thing you have is that it was just dismissed. There wasn't any back and forth in motion practice.
I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, so the complaint was the 31st of August, 2020. Then it says September 21st, 2020, notice of case assignment, reassignment, and then it says sua sponte. And then after that, it says notice of case reassignment, sua ponte to judge. And then it says that the judge unassigned is no longer assigned to the case. And then September 24th, there was an order of dismissal. The clerk of court is directed to mail a copy of it to a notice service on the document that the complaint is dismissed as frivolous under 28 U.S.C. 1915. And then went the accreedment, the adjudged and decreed thing.
So sua sponte pretty much means on its own, of its own accord. And usually whenever you see sua sponte being used in a docket, it means the court decided to do something on its own without anyone filing a motion. So that tells us what we need to know. The court decided on its own to dismiss this lawsuit without anyone filing a motion requesting that it do so. That's what happened.
Wow. So wait, but why would they do that? Is it because the people didn't show up to court, or what?
No, not necessarily. So one of the main reasons, and of course we won't know for sure because they're not telling us.
Just give us an
But
example.
one of the main reasons that a court would sua sponte dismiss a lawsuit is when the plaintiffs are filing what's called informa pauperis, which pretty much just means when you file a lawsuit and you say to the court, I do not have enough money to pay filing fees, I need the court to waive filing fees. And so the court says, well, okay, being that we are waiving filing fees for you, you are actually costing us resources. And so we have the right to sua sponte review whether or not you have a valid lawsuit for us to allow you to pursue for free.
Okay. So it could have been that she had issues with money continuing to go forward with the case.
Right. It could have been that she was requesting that filing fees be waived and she continue in forma pauperis. And then the court decided, you know what, let me review that. Let's see if we should let you do that. And the court said, no, we're going to dismiss it.
Wow. Oh, wow. So the judge is just like, well, you can't go forward. You ain't got no money to do the rest of these motions. So she was, in other words, probably representing herself.
Right. She was probably pro se. And like I said, also,
I think it was pro se. Let me see.
Right. And also probably, like I said, in forma pauperis. And it's a two-piece thing. It's not just you don't have the money. It's A, you don't have the money. And B, because you are asking the court to continue for free, we have the right to evaluate if you have what we deem to be a valid case.
Okay, and on the first document, it says request to proceed in forma pauperis.
There you go. There you go. That's exactly what happened.
So she was trying to represent by herself.
And she was trying to proceed with filing fees waived for economic status. And because of that, the court has the right to review the case themselves before allowing you to proceed for free. The judge reviewed it and decided sua sponte that she did not have enough evidentiary backing for her allegations.
Wow. That is, what a system. I cannot. Is this real?
Oh, believe me, it's an interesting system to think that if you say to the court, I cannot afford filing fees, the court now has the right to dismiss your case. It sure is. It sure is. But that is how it is, because you are at their mercy because you are asking them to hear your case for free.
Wow. Wow, that is so messed up. So if she decided to do a documentary like Lifetime, would the government pick it up like they did for Rkelly?
You never know.
Mm. Well, my advice to you, Miss Charlene, go with Lifetime. They could probably help you bring that to life, girl. Allegedly. Everything in this program is allegedly, guys. This was just something that we found, and I'm doing commentary and sharing my information. And Miss Esquire is leading me away along with the legalese portion. And that is a crazy thing, huh? Wow, imagine if it really went forward, how that would be coming to courts within this year. That would be crazy to have all those people engaged in that civil suit, or even prosecuted criminally. That would be even better. If we could just get all these people in there and sue them and get them criminally processed. You know, wow. So that was a lot to take, but that was very interesting. Thank you so much, Miss Esquire.
You're welcome. I'm gonna go before I literally fall asleep.
Yes, ma'am. I love you. Have a wonderful evening. Sleep tight. Don't let those bed bugs bite.
All right. Love you all. Bye bye.
All right, love you too, Mama. Bye. Oh, Lord, guys, that was crazy, right? That was some interesting read. Yeah, everything is about money, April, Miss Showers. Yes, ma'am. Well, hello, everyone. I hope that was interesting for you guys. Um, you know, that's crazy. Like I said, these people in the industry need to be taken down one by one, little by little. Um, anyone who has been um, abused by anyone, I recommend you start standing up and speaking out. Let's go. Let's get them all. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah. Yes. So, guys, so it was interesting. I didn't go through all of it because, like I said, it was dismissed, but it was basically just stating that all these people that were listed were human trafficking her and her family. And they were also stalking her and intimidating her and her family. She did get a settlement from Jeffrey Epstein back in the 80s and 90s, but she wanted to bring forth everyone else besides just Epstein. She wanted to bring forth all the players and people in the industry business and the corporation world that were involved in Jeffrey Epstein's sexual escapades with trafficking minors. So she was trying to bring down a lot of people, and unfortunately, she couldn't afford to go forth with filing more paperwork because she didn't have a lawyer. She was going to represent herself and her family. So, unfortunately, the way the system goes, they decided to throw it out of court. So, that is crazy. And I hope if the feds are listening, I hope you guys pick up that and investigate that, man, and look into all of that. You know, Jeffrey Epstein had a lot of people, powerful people under his wing there, you know, and shady dealings were happening. Very high into Congress. Yes, of course. And, you know, all these things go into Congress's hands. You know, the Supreme Court, you know, they look at everything. So, Well, I just wanted to give you a little gist of that, guys. And I love y'all. Thank you for coming once again. Please don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. And for those who are going to catch the replay, leave your comments below in the comments section. Thank you. Peace.